Welcome back to Stories for Kids. Kids, we started reading Mulla Nasiruddin this week, and today I'll be reading the second episode of Mulla Nasiruddin. If you have not listened the first episode of Mulla Nasiruddin, you can go back and check the previous episode. So let's start our today's reading session. The people of Bukhara. The people of Bukhara were very sad. Mulla thought, I will make them laugh so loudly that its roar must shake the foundations of the corrupt Sultan's palace. A crow cawed as if it had been applauding Mulla's thoughts. This made him laugh loudly. Are you all right? Laughing as a sign of madness here, said one man from the crowd around him. I know the language of birds, and that crow made a prediction. Very soon the Sultan will suffer acute constipation and the royal Hakim will give him a strong laxative. The Sultan's servant would report, Big Sultan, no motion. The Hakim would give a stronger dose. The servant would report again, Big Sultan, no motion. The Hakim would give a laxative strong enough to make a bull drop enough dung to fill its head. The servant will come running to report, Big motion, no Sultan. How could I not laugh? Asked Mulla. The crowd laughed heartily after a very long time. The next story is Mulla the Wizard. Mulla came to the spot where his house used to be in Bukhara. It was only a heap of stones and rubble as the Sultan's men had pulled it down. But a fine Arabian horse was tied to a wooden pole, which still stood there. He sat down on a stone near to the pole and remembered his fond childhood memories. Just then, a rich-looking man came there. What will you charge for this horse? He asked. 500 gold coins, I guess, said Mulla. The man gave the Mulla a heavy pouch and galloped away. Was the money a gift from God to start a new life in Bukhara? Thought Mulla. Just then, the real owner of the horse returned. I am Wizard Abdullah, who had gone to Mesopotamia to learn black magic. This ruin was my home before. Your horse kicked me and I cursed it to become a donkey, said Mulla. The owner disappeared in no time. So now kids, you can see that if you have brain, you can overcome any situation. The next story is The Old Couple. At night, Mulla went to meet his uncle and aunt. I am your nephew, Mulla Nasiruddin, he said to an old couple. Let Dobo sniff him, said the old woman. But Dobo is foolish. It tried to wet the hind legs of my donkey and got kicked out of senses, Mulla said. I remember his donkey. Once I tried to pick up a button of my coat and it kicked me out of senses. Come in, dear boy, said the old man. You have brought back sweet memories. Once you tried to steal my dates and I broke your leg, said the old man. It was your stick that broke into two, said Mulla. One Ramadan, I surprised you on the stairs and you fell down. I dumped all the biryani and that was carrying on your father's head, said the old man. Mulla's donkey started braying as it was the time for Mulla to say goodbye to the old couple. The next story is The New Turban and the Coat. Mulla spent all his earning in buying a house and a dress. By evening, his clothes were dirty as he had cleaned his house. Then he remembered that his rich neighbor had invited him to a grand feast. When he went there, a guard stopped him. So Mulla took a bath and at a nearby well, wore his new dress and went back. The same guard welcomed him inside. His neighbor made him sit beside him for the feast. Dear turban and the coat, please eat, said Mulla to his coat and turban. He continued, When I was in ordinary clothes, your guard stopped me. But when I returned with a new clothes, I was welcomed, so my clothes are real invitees today. I apologize. I apologize on my guard's behalf. Of course, clothes doesn't matter. Even if you don't wear anything, you will still be Mulla Nasiruddin, said the neighbor. Mulla couldn't help but laugh. He had a sumptuous meal at that night. The next story is One-Legged Cock. Mulla had bought a cock and a lamb as he loved pets. The cock was very healthy and beautiful, so people often stopped to admire him. One day, a stranger was passing by Mulla's house and remarked, "What a magnificent bird!" Mulla heard him and said, "Yet he is useful too. Once he pulled my lamb out of the pond when he was drowning." "Incredible," said the strangers. "Yes, he even woke me up when my house was on fire. I owe my life to him," said Mulla. "Fantastic," said the stranger. "He flew on a dacoit once and stabbed his eye. Later I learned that he had stolen the Sultan's horse, so I received 100 gold coins as a reward," said Mulla. Just then the cock hopped around on one leg. "What happened to his other leg?" asked the stranger. "Well, how could I eat the whole of such a talented bird?" said Mulla, walking away from the strangers. So with this, today I am ending today's reading session. If you like this Mulla Nasiruddin story, please mention in the comment. But kids, if you ask me, I personally don't like these stories much. I don't know why. You also please mention in the comment if you like the stories. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.